And the starting lineups have concluded. So just... It's the NBA. Welcome to our GA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in a point. And for the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. Now, here is Irving. Over Beverly. They get it back. Allen. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Jumps up. Oh, wow!
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Durant kicks to LeVert. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Allen outside for Durant. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
Now, here is Irving. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Morris finds Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, 1 step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
Now here's Allen. Nets passing it around. Irving for 3. Morris with the rebound. Leonard on the wing. LeVert defending. And stolen by Irving. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. That 3 off the mark. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Back to LeVert. Right side, Kevin Durant. Good on the shot.
The amazing part about Durant's shot, he has a pretty compact release for a guy with such great length.
George against Dinwiddie. George dishes to Beverly. Basket good. Gregor, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Left side, Irving. It's Allen on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Irving, good. Irving's got his second basket.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
To the paint, here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Inside, and it's Allen with the jam.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Prince, the pass to Luau. On the wing, Harris. Jordan, high post. Green with the rebound.
How is it possible? Wide open, too.
It's Williams with the drive. It's good.
The thing about Lou Williams, he sort of glides around, then suddenly he hits the turbojets.
Here's Luau, guarded by Jackson. Kicks it out to Prince. Pass to Luau. Over Green. Tie game in Brooklyn. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in... Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody...
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Irving is out there with Luau, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Brooklyn trailing. Prince dishes to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Over Harrell. No good from Irving.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Burnett shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Lays it up off the glass. Irving's got 6 points.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now the pass to Shamet. He kicks it to Jackson. Takes it off the glass.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Outside Irving. Kicks it out to Prince. Back to Irving. Luau, the pass to Harris. Here's Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to Irving. Another shot, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Now here's Jackson to the inside, and it's Williams. That time the assist by Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Down low. Tries from 7. Green against Irving. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
Harrell against Jordan. Shamet, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Taurean Prince.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there. And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. LeVert's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jared Allen.
You want your ball handlers to be great free throw shooters, especially at the end of games. Shamet provides that.
Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivals. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Los Angeles with another miss. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here's KD for 3. Morris with the rebound. Jackson passes to George. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Dinwiddie. And here's LeVert. Durant with it. 6 points for him. Here's Allen. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Jackson. A nice shot by Harris.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
George with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. And that one drops. Beverly's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Leonard against Durant. Second chance shot. Leonard with the steal. Passes to Beverly. Morris kicks to Beverly. Headshot off. And so it's tied. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams on level. And
after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Brooklyn with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Good work there as it goes. Irving's got 10.
Tremendous focus by Kyrie. Doesn't let the contact throw him off.
In the corner, it's Morris. Back to Beverly. Pass to Morris. Zubac trying to break loose. Morris, no good.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. The kick out to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
The thing about Kyrie, he has great natural balance when setting up for the jumper.
Beverly wide open. Doesn't go that time. The Nets go the other way with it.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And the rejection by Zubac. Oh, Moore is in position. And it's Beverly missing.
Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. Shoots from the line. Here's Jordan. Outside Irving. Shoots over Shamet. They shoot again. And there's the pass to LeVert. KD on the wing. It's hauled in by Zubac. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
So for the Nets, Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Irving. Now here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Jordan. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. KD looking around. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Zubac. Here we go, one-on-one. Leonard against Prince, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Jermichael Green comes in for Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for Landry Shamet. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And that one's good. Durant.
This just in. Kevin Durant is good. How easy does offense come to him?
Leonard on the wing. We've got 1:48 left in the third.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And stolen by Harrell. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Harris against Williams. Pass to Jackson. Here's Leonard. For the lead. Drops in the tray. And it's a three-point Clipper lead.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. The Nets working the ball around now. Passes it to Harris. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Clippers leading by 3. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And they get it back. Outside Jackson. To the middle. Green. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Harris against Williams. It's Prince on the wing. And here's Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. Bobbed up there for Green. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Kicks it out to Prince. They need this. It's stolen by Green. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi difficult to stay with in transition.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Irving is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Allen. And it's Taurean Prince. And it's LeVert in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Leonard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Dishes to Williams. To the paint. And there's Jackson on the assist by Williams. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. Harris with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Pass to Irving. 20 feet out. It's hauled in by Paul George. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. One minute now into this 4th quarter. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Harris kicks to Irving. Over George. George against Irving. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
That's like a horse shot. A very brave shot to go with, but he got it to go.
And here's George for 3. Offensive rebound. Harrell. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen.
Few guys play with Harrell's level of energy, and that gets him to the line with some frequency.
Dinwiddie is checked in for Brooklyn. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Leonard. Marcus Morris comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Irving. Now, here's George. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Count that bucket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Prince. The pass to Allen. Dinwiddie outside. And it's good. 2 points.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Irving against Beverley. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Irving.
Kyrie has done it again. He loved the big shot and the big moment.
George finds Beverley. Outside, George. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Allen. It's tipped and stolen by Harrell. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Flushed by Allen there. What I love about him, he's a center and he's not trying to be a guard. He knows who he is.
Now, here's George. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 11 rebounds in the game. Dinwiddie dishes to Prince. Irving passes to Allen. Puts it up from 12. Allen. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Now, here is Morris. And George, here we go. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 5.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
To the left wing, Dinwiddie. Off target from three-point range. Morris outside. Beverley dishes to George. And it's in there.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And here's Morris for three. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
I'll tell you what, they are effort players, and then at the next level, there's Patrick Beverley.
Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Prince the pass to Dinwiddie. Now here is Irving. For the three. So the Clippers with the win. They came in here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared. And let's...
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward spot. And it's Leonard missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Here's George. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Powell against Zubac. Hardaway for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
And so it's Dallas with it after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Now here's Beverley and the wide open shot from Morris.
Wow. The pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious.
Doncic looking it over. The three-pointer off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Porzingis with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the foul against the Clippers.
Well, you have got to love the versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Unbelievable shooting touch at 7'3", can also be a monster on the defensive end. Good luck, future of the NBA.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. The 3-ball. Dallas again missing. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. The shot by George, no good. Dallas has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Porzingis kicks to Finney Smith. Pass to Powell. And stolen by Harrell. Morris inside. Guarded by Doncic. Morris with the bucket.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
Morris against Porzingis. No good there. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Outside, George. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Curry with a wide open look. Dallas, no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
The Mavericks trailing. Porzingis with the ball. Over to the wing. 1:11 left in the first. Doncic outside. Clock at 6. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, this is a big part of what Dwight Powell needs to do. Battle hard on the offensive glass, turn those second chance opportunities into points.
It's a hand on it. Harrell on the follow.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here's Doncic. Offline with his 3.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Ahead. And that one's good. Beverly.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers. Harrell's got 4 rebounds in this game. George with no one around. Porzingis with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Outside Curry. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly.
Old school basketball, to be honest.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's DeLon Wright. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Now, here's Kleber. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you. Hardaway with a wide open look. Dallas, no good that time either.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And that one's good. Shamet.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Now here's Brunson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Dallas, no good that time either. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And it's Green with the jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team. I'll tell you, Tim Hardaway Jr. has shown signs of being a lights-out scorer, and he's got the game to do just that. He looks better and better every year, guys.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Brunson with a clean look. From outside, off the mark.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
Jackson passes to Zubats. That one drops for him. Zubats has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Williams kicks to Jackson. Pass to Zubats. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to right. Dallas moving the ball around. Brunson finds Kawhi Stein. Right with it. Passes it to Kawhi Stein. And he banks in the layup. Now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
DeLon Wright proving that he is an excellent decision maker on the offensive end. He made open, let me find him.
Williams passes to Jackson. Now Shaman. Mavericks with the rebound. Kawhi Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the shot is good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Outside Williams. Back to Jackson. Shaman. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Green kicks to Williams. Goes up again. And the layup is up and in. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Boy, the dribble drive by Lou Williams, such a special aspect to what he does.
Hardaway dishes to right. There's the pass to Kleba. To the left side wing. Brunson. And Kawhi Stein throws it down.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? He loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. And that's going to do it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubats. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Dallas making a switch here. Curry's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Doncic outside. Paul George with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. Terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
Outside Curry. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple. Curry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
George against Curry. George, no good.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Porzingis can't hit. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. In the corner, George with it. Morris outside. Back to George. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it down hard.
What a move from Montrezl Harrell. Put that one on the highlight reel.
Here's Doncic. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 8 points.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Back to George. And then George with the jam.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Powell, the pass to Porzingis. Up top, Curry. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount.
Here's Curry. Paul George making his last shot. Curry deciding where to go with it. Off target from outside.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. Over Beverly. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Doncic.
That's how you do it. The D looked helpless on that possession.
Out to the right wing. Here's Beverly. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus. What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Mavericks trail by 9. 40 seconds left to play in the third. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. 6 to shoot. To the inside. And stolen by Harrell. Down low. Here's Shamet. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And now it's an 11-point Clipper lead. And Doncic. Here we go. That one goes in. Doncic has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Back to Porzingis, and stolen by Harrell. Good if it goes. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Right back after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Los Angeles leading by 11. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
Good on the second free throw.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now here's Hardaway. Pass to Kawhi Stein. Pass to Finney-Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Kawhi Stein. Leonard with the steal. Outside, George. That 3 off the mark. Mavericks trail by 12. Here's Hardaway, and it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. How fast does he get off his feet?
Good.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
On the wing, Doncic. Guarded by Jackson. Doncic passes to Kawhi Stein. And the rejection by Zubac. Passes it to George. And that one, good.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Here's Doncic. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Whoa, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
Jackson finds Leonard. Over Kleba. And it's Leonard missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
But they'll get another chance. And the rejection by Zubac. Right side Jackson. A 3 from Leonard. The Mavericks pull it in. And it's the Mavericks on the break. The pass to Finney-Smith. Over in the corner, Doncic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 14 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
And that one's good, George. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Count that one.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Now here's Jackson. Leonard with no one around. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Doncic dishes to Kawhi Stein. And they pick up 2.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Outside, George. This one for 3. Kawhi Stein grabs the board. Kawhi Stein's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
How about that burst of speed? Tim Hardaway Jr. Whoa!
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. George, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Kawhi Stein kicks to Kleba. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. That one goes. Count it.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Here's Kawhi Stein. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
George with the bucket.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
So the Clippers winning this one. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the top.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. Lillard misses. Here's Morris. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
I like to see this. Lillard patient, reading the D. He finds the open man.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And Portland has possession after the Clippers pick up two. Anthony finds Lillard. Shoots from 14. Tries again. And Nurkic lays it in. Nurkic has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Beverley, the pass to Zubac. Outside, George. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard dishes to Ariza. Back to Lillard over Beverley. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
And Trevor Ariza, a different player now than he once was, but during his prime, he was as athletic as anybody on the floor.
You can say that again. He's done a good job adjusting his game as he's grown older. He went from mostly a slasher to a 3-and-D player. I mean, it's allowed him to have a lengthy career.
From the line, offensive rebound.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Lillard against Beverley. The feed to Nurkic. Here's Lillard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Lillard's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now, here's George. Left side, Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Lillard against Beverley. The three from McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
The three from George. Lillard with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 3. To the right side. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Zubac kicks to George. Can't hit that one. And the Trailblazers going the other way.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Back to Anthony. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Ariza with the bucket.
Ariza just totally broke down the defense, exploiting any space they gave him off that pass.
Anthony against Morris. Back to George. Inside. Morris passes to Zubac. Rebounded by Anthony.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Kept alive, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, man, an underrated big man. Nurkic, his brute strength is intimidating to deal with on both ends.
So he gets them both. Clippers trail by 8, and stolen by Hood. Pass to Trent, and he goes in for the dunk.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. Jumping out to an impressive early lead.
And Green slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in front, up 8. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Landry Shamet is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Playing with such physicality on the offensive glass. Nurkic's awesome at slamming misses in.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 10. Down low, deflects the pass. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D. Yeah, easy call.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And the first one drops. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like it.
No doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Hood gets the bucket.
Hard to shake Hood's focus. When he's determined, he accepts whatever the defense throws at him.
And here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To the middle. It's stolen by Morris. Unhindered, going all the way. And it's Shamet missing. Trailblazers leading by 12. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's good. Trent's got 6 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
George looking around. And again, no good by the Clippers.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Trent passes to Whiteside. Good on the wing. Back to Whiteside. And it's Hood in the corner. No good on the 3.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
They get it back, and the rejection by Collins.
This is the defense Collins brings to the table. Excellent at knowing when to go after blocks.
Snatched up. Right side kicks to Collins. The pass to Little. 5 on the clock. Hood, the pass to Trent. A three-pointer, no good. Clippers trail by 14. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
Back to Morris. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
Here's Trent, defended by Beverly. Here's Trent. He's got 6. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Extends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
Right wing. Little kicks to Collins. Here's Trent. He's covered by Shamet. Trent can't hit. Beverly for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so, thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Got it. And that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward.
A physical player with a large frame. Nurkic was seemingly unbothered by the contact.
And a deep 3 from George. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Trailblazers leading by 12. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by George. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Shoots over Zubac, and it's Lillard missing.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Beverly wide open. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession, and it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Lillard against Williams. Now here's Ariza. Defense right on him. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Lillard knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got 7.
With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Patterson. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
This was not what they had in mind coming out of the locker room at halftime. 4 shots so far and nothing to show for it.
It's good on the putback. He's got 5.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And it's Shamet missing.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime. And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back playing.
Can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys, they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities, and those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Green, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. 1:43 left here in the third quarter. Williams in the post.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Lillard with it. Now Green defending. Right side, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And busting it up the floor, Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
To the right side. Trent passes to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Collins finds Whiteside, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Portland making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Green. George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Passes it to Beverley. Second shot opportunity. It's blocked.
Oh, tremendous reach on the block by Ariza, making a real effort on defense.
Pass to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Ariza, right side, over George. And he overshot that one, missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot, plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Here's Trent. Portland again missing. It's not going to go for him. And so it's Portland with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll return shortly. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. They led by as many as 18 points. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. No good with the triple. Trailblazers leading by 14. Three-pointer, Lillard. They get it again. Right side. Here's Anthony. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Over Morris. Here's Whiteside. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Whiteside's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Portland. Outside, George. Zubats, great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Pass to Whiteside. Outside Anthony. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Paul George.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight. That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Out to the right wing. Here's Trent, defended by Beverly. Steps back and fires. Trent can't hit.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Ariza outside. Back to Anthony. He dishes it to Ariza. Out left to the wing. Here's Trent, defended by George. Trent gets the bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And a deep three from Lillard. The shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Feeds it to Leonard. The pass to Zubats. Outside, George. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Nurkic with the steal. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Count the basket.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
It's McCollum on the wing. To the paint. Passes it to Lillard. And here's Ariza. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games. You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Trailblazers.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jusuf Nurkic.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
.30 seconds left in the fourth. Three-pointer. The Clippers grab the miss. Now the Clippers moving it up. Now Ariza. Here's Nurkic. Misses there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
It does indeed. Thanks, David. So the Nets starting 5. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Leonard.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Over in the corner, Beverley. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Now, here is George, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And George, here we go. Good on the bucket.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Now here's Allen. KD with it. Guarded now by Morris. Over Morris. And that one's good. Durant.
Yeah, Durant and his teammates really in sync. I mean, helping each other out, facilitating for each other. That basket there, a real team effort.
George against Dinwiddie. And it's sent back by Allen. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. The kick out to Irving. Takes a 3. No good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Here's Irving. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Here's Durant. Rebound by the Clippers.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Irving surveying the floor. Allen kicks to Dinwiddie. Three-pointer, LeVert. It's hauled in by Zubac. Beverley with the ball. He's picked up by KD. That one off the back iron and out. And so Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2. Here's Irving. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. .135 left here in the opening quarter. Beverley finds Morris. The 3 from George. To the inside, Zubac. And it's sent back by Allen.
Don't challenge him. Get that out of here. Allen's almost 7 feet now. He's got excellent timing and good bounce.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Irving against Beverley from 13. There's the pass to LeVert. Outside, KD misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. Dinwiddie against Leonard. Passes to Beverley. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. Lets it go from deep. Durant with another miss. The Clippers trail, and now the fast break. George with the ball. Chalk up 2 there. George has got his second basket of the game.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
A nice shot by Irving.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for this.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
So for Brooklyn now, inside we got Prince and Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. Green, the pass to Shamet. And Jordan sends it back.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Prince kicks to Harris. Pass to Luwawu. To the wing on the left. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 4 on the clock. No good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Williams is right there.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. Jackson passes to Harrell. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Harris outside. There's the 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Jackson looking it over. Here's Shamet. It's hauled in by Harris. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Dinwiddie with it. Williams picks him up. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Shot from 12. Misses off the right iron. Brooklyn leading by 4. Pass to Luwawu. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. The feed to Harris. Back to Dinwiddie. To the left side wing. Luwawu. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Green. Your son, Cole, Greg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Jackson passes to Shamet. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Green against Jordan. On the wing, Harris. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. Back to Dinwiddie. Fires from deep. Harris's shot is off.
Putting up a goose egg bagel this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter. Now the pass to Dinwiddie. Prince against Green. Out to Harris. From the arc. Prince, the pass to Harris. Harris missing again.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Jackson misses. The Nets shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Nets also changing it up. KD's checked in for Prince. Karis LeVert comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. George looking around. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 6 points.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
That gives them the lead. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And that's it for the first half of action. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above. And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Here's George. Second chance shot. And Zubac puts it in.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
The kick out to Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
Well, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Durant kicks to LeVert. Poked loose. Leonard with the steal. Beverley, the pass to Zubac. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by Allen. A different look for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. And a change for the Nets. Harris is checked in. And Leonard has it in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over LeVert. The Clippers get another chance here. And the shot goes down.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Back to Irving. It's deflected. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
So, for the Clippers, Landry Shamet's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. Leonard against Irving. And here's Prince outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Prince has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, you know, Prince is always doing a nice job working to get open, and that's the reward you get for staying active, keeping yourself moving. An open look on the jump shot there.
Leonard dishes to Jackson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jackson's got his first 2 points of the night. Irving against Jackson, the 8-footer. Jordan, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Prince, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Here's Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Williams has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. They're really looking strong here. You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Leonard on the wing. Back to Shamet. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And it's off from three-point range. Nets trail by 8. 35 seconds left to play in the third. Durant, that's good.
Well, that's good work by Prince there, spotting the open man and then putting the ball on target on time right in the shooting pocket.
And Williams, here we go. Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And here's Harris from the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And Williams, here we go. And he converts the layup. And now a 10-point Clipper lead.
And the thing about Williams, sometimes he doesn't look like he's moving all that fast. And then, bam, there go the Jets.
And so it's Los Angeles. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. It's George on the wing. Dinwiddie covering. Prince kicks to Irving. Pass to KD. Back to Irving. Over Harrell. Irving misses.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Pass to Leonard. The Clippers again turning it over. Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley, and the out-of-bounds violation is going to be reviewed. Coach has issued the coach's challenge to get it analyzed further.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review, coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, boy, it can have, Greg, a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. And the news is in on the review, and they overturned the original call on the floor. So, well done to use the coach's challenge, and it gets reversed.
You know, it's like that big question mark. Sometimes, if you don't get the call right, and then you wonder, what if this, what if that? This time, clear on the replay, they overturn it.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
And foul on the folks. The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it, double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Evan will see if they can make that adjustment.
Okay, David, thanks.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Back to George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. High-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
And he makes both free throws.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
The 3. Durant in the corner. Back to Irving. Fires from the line, and the jumper falls for him.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Nets trail by 5. In transition, here come the Nets. Dinwiddie passes to KD. Nobody near Allen. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's George. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Durant kicks to Dinwiddie. Nets passing it around. Three-pointer, LeVert. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Leonard with the bucket.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3-ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Dinwiddie. 1:21 left to play in the final quarter. Beverly finds Leonard to the paint, and it's sent back by Allen. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. the pass to LeVert. High post Allen, inside, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
And Leonard gets it to go.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Passes to Zubac. To the middle, here's George, and the layup falls. George has got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Beverly for three, and it's Durant with the rebound. So the Clippers winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming up next. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait. Payday.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Beverley. Shoots over Doncic. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Here's Beverley after Luka Doncic's bucket. Beverley the pass to Zubac. And here's Morris for 3. Up, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Over in the corner, Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Now, here's Leonard. Morris inside. Goodbye, Porzingis. And Leonard gets it to go.
Being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Doncic against Beverley. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andriy Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Curry comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Harrell. Leonard. The shot off that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Kleber inside. Morris is there. Hardaway, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
It's tipped. Leonard dishes to Harrell. Shoots it up. And Curry pulls it down.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot off.
And here's Leonard from 3. The Clippers rebound. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Mavericks trailing. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Doncic against Williams. Outside Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Goes back up. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Now here's Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Harrell. It's good on the putback.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Doncic against Williams. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. For the Clippers, Green comes in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. Dallas also making some changes. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Shamet the pass to Harrell. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. On the wing, Jackson. Shamet kicks to Harrell. Fast break, Dallas. Outside Curry. Fires for 3. Green with the rebound. Williams inside the line. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers. Just catching up with Montrezl Harrell, we mentioned his activity level.
That's what I play with, a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree. Few guys bring his brand of intensity.
I mean, he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
We've got Green. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Harrell in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
So it's the Mavericks now. The Clippers getting the bucket. And Wright kicks to Brunson. Kleba, the pass to Cauley-Stein. They'll double him with Harrell. Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
Well, a good job of using his length there. Even though contested, Cauley-Stein not shaken.
Jackson against Brunson. Right side, George. Up again. Harrell on the foul. Harrell's got his second basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Kleba. Here's Cauley-Stein. Another shot. And another shot. Over to the left wing. Kleba, no good. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Yep, that one goes in there.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Harrell finds George. Takes the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Right, the pass to Finney-Smith. Misses the layup. Clippers leading by 8. Here's Williams. They grab their own miss, and the second chance effort by Jackson.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
Count it, good.
Yeah, Beverly doing a good job of reading not just his defender, but the secondary defender in that pick and roll.
Curry looking around. Dallas shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight. He misses the free throw. Dallas making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. And the second free throw, good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Curry against Beverly. And there's the pass to Shamet. And here's Leonard from three. Here's Zubats. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dallas moving the ball around. And the dunk by Powell.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
A three from Leonard. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Clippers leading by 3. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Leonard dishes to Beverly. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Beverly's got 4 this quarter.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
And that'll do it for the first half of competitive.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, Kent, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Patrick Beverly. He's been playing really well.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And George gets it to go.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Here's Powell after the basket by Los Angeles. Hardaway kicks to Powell. And a miss there on the triple.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Back to Leonard for 3. That shot missing. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Now the Mavericks moving it up. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Porzingis.
Yeah, this is where Porzingis can do the most damage. 7'3". He's got the height. He's going to shoot over just about anybody in the league.
It's good. George has got 6.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. That one a little long.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Now here's Powell. Pass to Finney-Smith. Right side Porzingis. And the rejection by Zubac. And they'll keep possession. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. And George gets it to go.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Leonard with the steal. Zubac finds Leonard. It's George on the wing. Releases. The putback. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got 7 rebounds in the game. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Down low. Over to the wing. Clock at 6. Doncic outside. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. Dallas again missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And here's Leonard from 3. Offensive rebound.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And the dunk by Powell.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Powell down low. Zubac defending.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
From 17 feet out, and it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Now, here is George.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Porzingis on the follow.
Getting so used to Porzingis soaring in on the putback dunk. There's another one there.
Outside Leonard. From past the arc. Tips it up, and George able to finish. George has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Landry Shamet. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Paul George, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Kawhi Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Jackson drives in and stolen by Kawhi Stein. Here's Curry. Wright controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
On the wing, George. Over Cleveland. George, no good. Mavericks trail by 5. Right side, Curry. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Launches it. Rebound by Harold.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Curry against Beverley. Curry is inside. Kicks to Kawhi Stein. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 9 feet out. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Curry.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Pass to Beverley. On the wing, George. He feeds it to Harold. And stolen by Kawhi Stein. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Kawhi Stein stepping up huge.
Jackson looking it over. The dish now to Harold. And stolen by Kawhi Stein. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Curry.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Here's Brunson. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. Brunson's got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
And here's Leonard from 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Harold against Wright. Here's Brunson. Empty that time from Leonard. Kawhi Stein dishes to Wright. There's the pass to Brunson. A second chance effort and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Good on the the first, and that will put them up by 2. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Patrick Beverley, and it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Dallas, Zingas, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Wright, and Doncic is subbed in for Curry.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Brunson finds Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic, defended by George. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Cauley Stein. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Dallas. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Powell. Out to Porzingis. Doncic with it. Working on Zubac. It drops.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, that's a shot right there. He's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Finney-Smith off the mark there with the three-point shot.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
Now, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here. And now the go-to guy in these situations, Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
And the Mavericks call time here. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Willie Cauley-Stein.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Taken away by Williams. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. And here's Leonard from 3. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Here we go. And it's the Mavericks to start out. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
The Mavericks leading. Out to the wing. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. With the second effort, second shot opportunity. That shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Leonard on the wing. Morris trying to free himself up. Leonard with the bucket.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Here's Doncic. Morris with the rebound. Clippers have gone 1 of 4 from the field in the overtime period so far. And they take the lead.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And they double up Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Leonard on the wing. He kicks to Morris. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
To the middle. Here's Doncic. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Shamet finds Williams. Here's Leonard. Now Zubats. And this crowd ecstatic. They are pumped up.
And what a huge shot. You talk about an excited arena.
Doncic against Williams. Now here's Doncic. Tight defense on him. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
It falls.
Lou Williams living for the moment. Got clutch written all over him here tonight.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Here's Powell. Count it! A huge shot to tie it up.
Now their plan working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Leonard. Oh, missed it. And so they choose to intentionally foul. For the win. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And with another overtime in front of us, the question is, who will blink first? Nobody wants to give in. A lot of pride now on the line. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. George. And George with the stuff.
I feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Doncic against Beverley. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Now here's Beverley. Leonard inside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. It's Powell on the wing. Outside Curry. The 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Powell. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Powell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs. Morris into the lane. From deep, George. But they recover it.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Here's Curry with the 3. Kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
To end the run. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Leonard on the wing. Tries it again. It's rebounded by Dallas. Pass to Powell. Dallas moving it around. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. And Curry has it in the corner. 5 to shoot. Drills the three-pointer.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
On the wing, Morris. On the wing, George. Back to Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Over Curry. Beverly for 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by the Mavs.
To the paint. And there it is for him.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Now here's Wright. Defense is right there. From deep. And the miss. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
Presentation of the NBA.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room.
Well, guys,
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. Now here's McCollum. Step back shot. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Here's Anthony. Lillard looking around. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Wide open shot is on the money.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
George against McCollum. George passes to Zubac. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony. Lillard's got his second basket. Look at that!
I'm leaving. I'm
goodness.
gone.
what was he doing? I can't believe he knocks that down. Just call it temporary insanity and move on.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside Leonard. In the corner, George with it. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Nurkic. And here are the Blazers. They trail by 1.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And Morris throws it down.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Outside Anthony. George against McCollum. And another turnover here by Portland.
Misread each other on the pass. Tried to recover, but too late.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Whiteside's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 5. McCollum left side. And the rejection by Harrell. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the Clippers get called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Kawhi Leonard.
You want your ball handlers to be great free throw shooters, especially at the end of games. Shamet provides that.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
The pass to Collins. 43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Trent. Over Jackson. And it's off the back rim. No good. And here's Los Angeles. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Shamet kicks to Jackson. Outside Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. Harrell. And the Clippers miss again.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Here's Little. They get it again. Collins, good.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Gets it off. That shot misses. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Landry Shamet. JaMychal Green is out there with Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Shot's good by Williams.
You know, bursting off the screen, Williams makes a quick decision, takes it himself.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Clippers leading by 9. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And yes, it's good. Harrell's got his first points of the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Hood kicks to Little. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Hood on the wing. That one falls.
And the muscle Hood has is what allows him to hit these shots. Even when he gets roughed up, he toughs it out.
Shamet on the wing. Back to Williams. Pass to Green. Outside Williams. The tray. He's off on that one. And it's Portland the other way. Outside Hood. Pass to Whiteside. Back to Hood. Dishes it to Whiteside. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Unselfish play by Hood. Could take it himself, but finds the open man.
Williams against Hood. Green. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound in this one. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Harrell on the follow. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Out to Hood. Jacks up a 3. A shot that time, not on target. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Williams passes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
To the left wing. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A different look now for Portland. I'm glad we got to see the Mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Now, here's George. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Lillard against Beverly. And Lillard gets to Ariza. From downtown, Portland again missing. Los Angeles leading by 13. Zubac finds George. 3-pointer. And it's Portland with the rebound. 30 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Lillard. And it falls over the rim and in. Lillard's got 6.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
Leonard on the wing. From deep. Rebound by Anthony. Lillard, right side. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Ahead by 9 is the quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And the greatest bench scorer in NBA history. And that'll do it for...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what...
Oh, what a play!
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by George.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Over in the corner, Zubats. Morris. It's good on the putback. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And there's Paul George on the assist by Leonard. George has got 7 points.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Here's Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
And he gets the bucket.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his first basket of the night.
Well, you need to start somewhere. After 4 straight misses this half, let's see if this gets them going.
George passes to Zubats. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Portland the other way. Anthony finds McCollum with the shot. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Morris, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Ariza has the open look. But they get it back. Nurkic the pass to Ariza. And a deep 3 from Lillard. From beyond the arc and then some. 11 points in the game.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
To the inside, Leonard goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. And the Clippers lead by 12.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Anthony. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From outside the arc, and the Trailblazers another 3.
No 3-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Right side Leonard. Good work there as it goes.
Feeling that one all the way. Leonard lethal in the catch and shoot game.
Beverly against Lillard. The dish to McCollum, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Andrew Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. That one falls. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Banked in off the glass. McCollum's got his second bucket.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Leonard on the wing, fires the three. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
Another shot. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut to just 11 points in the basket from Little.
This is what you do when your opponent's trying to take away the three and the painted area.
Got it off in time. That one doesn't go. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Williams is out there with Jackson, and it's Shamet in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Here's Trent, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
And it's Harrell missing.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
The offensive rebound. Right side, no good.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Nice step back to get it off.
Tell you what, I love that he didn't get rattled after being blanked in the first half. His shot has been absolute money since then.
On the wing, Williams. Outside, Jackson. Here's Shamet. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Ariza. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Harrell, and Whiteside sends it back.
With that long wingspan, Hassan Whiteside saying, no, not in my house. You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Anthony gets to Ariza. Passes it to McCollum. Now here's Anthony. He dishes it to Whiteside. Pass to Trent. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Harrell. Outside Williams. Outside Jackson. And here's Leonard from 3. Again, Leonard missing.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
And that one goes long. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Montrezl Harrell.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He said we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Pass to Lillard. Steps back and shoots, and he nails the jumper.
And the D just a step slow, reacting to the step back.
Clippers leading by 9. Beverly, the pass to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
The pass to Nurkic. Outside Anthony. And it's McCollum in the corner. Off target with his 3. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Montrezl Harrell.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Lillard way outside. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. From deep three-point range, the long-distance 3 is buried.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for